Welcome to Your High School Sports. I'm your host, Roddy Woods, along with Chris Reddick and Chris Blevins. We're coming to you today from the James Little Man Stewart football camp happening here at Cott County High School in Newport. Guys, it's a great honor to be here as part of this football camp, especially VFL Little Man Stewart. But there's some other people here that we'll catch up with a little bit later on. Some of your teammates that you played with at ETSU. What do you think about a football camp like this right here in this area?
I mean, it's great for the kids, Roddy. I mean, especially for your high school sports to be a part of this. I mean, when you come out here and you see the kids and some of the effort they're going to put in today, and some of these things are long-lasting memories, and I think this will be a great thing for Cott County, and also having one in Morristown as well. So it's really good to be out here, and I think that we're going to be able to hopefully bring a little light on how good these camps are, and hopefully they'll keep coming back every year. So
these camps, I love these camps. This is an excellent thing for the kids to be able to participate in. Like Chris said, you can't beat the memories you're going to be able to take from a camp like this. And I'm glad to see more and more camps like this come into the area. Of course, we're here at the Little Man Stewart camp, which hopefully he'll keep doing these every year. And of course, you have the Jason Witten camp, and you have a lot of these players that went on to do big things in the league coming back and giving back to the community and giving of themselves and be able to teach these kids some of the skills that they may not be able to, be able to get anywhere else. But most importantly, like I said before, talking to the kids and be able to give them the experience and the knowledge of what they went through, and hopefully they can take that and be able to grow on that as they continue their careers. So it's great.
A better day to be out here. I mean, it's hot for us, but it's a beautiful day for them. So.
Yeah, you know, the thing about it is they come. The kids are coming out. They're gonna learn some new things that they can take on and move on. Plus some life lessons. That's the key. You know, once you come here, I hope they don't think they're just gonna learn about football skills and drills and stuff like that. But you're learning life lessons from some of the great that's played in the NFL. So if your dreams is to play in the NFL, you need to find your camp. This one right here, James Little Man Stewart. We'll have more information about it when we finish about next year's camp. We'll be talking to Scotty Dykes. He is the director of this camp here at Newport, and then like Chris Blevins said, tomorrow in Morristown. So make sure you stay with us right here on Your High School Sports, coming to you today from Little Man Stewart's football camp in Newport. We'll be right back here on Your High School Sports, powered by Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda of Greenville.
I think that whistle's getting ready to blow.
I know.
You've just got to get to Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda in Greenville, online at gatewaydeal.com.
Welcome back to this week's Your High School Sports, powered by Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda of Greenville. We're coming to you today from the James Little Man Stewart football camp. It's happening right here in Newport at Cott County High School. And James Little Man Stewart himself has joined us on set. Little man, welcome.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
You know, it's a pleasure to see a young man. You grew up in this area. You played football at Morristown West. You went to UT, but you went on to NFL to come back to this community to give something back to you. You know, how did this get started, and tell me about it.
Well, you know, my brother had been talking about it, and a couple of guys who I played with and or against in the conference have been talking about putting on a camping camp for a couple of years now. And we finally just came together and said, let's do it. Let's put it on. And it was the right time, and then here we are sitting here today. So that's kind of how it came about. And, you know, we really wanted to give back to the community, and not just Morristown, but a lot of different communities around here, all through the conference. So, and the message is, yes, we're out here doing football drills, but it's also about life skills.
That was the thing we talked about in our opening. I know that the two guys, the Chris's, I call them, they're on the show with me. You know, we talk about that. You know, I hope the kids don't come out here and just think they're getting football, you know, drills and skills. But this is a camp that, you know, you teach them life lessons because you've been there.
I have, and the most important thing with our kids, especially the youth today, it's the entitlement thing that's going on with our youth today. They think they're just going to make it big without the work, without going through the proper steps to get there. One thing that I want to talk to these kids about is living in the moment.
Okay.
You know, it's all right to dream, and it's always good to look and have a future. But you've got to handle your business now.
Right.
You got to take care of what's right in front of your face now.
You do.
And so I want kids to know that, you know, do the right things. School, family, all those things are very important. That's what molds you, shapes you, and makes you into the person you're going to become.
Yes.
So, but it takes each small step. You can't jump over these smaller steps to get to the bigger prize.
You know, and listening to you tell that story, you know, that comes back to something we've been discussing on our show. What do you think about high school recruiting now? You know, does that come back to what you just said? You know, you go to IMG in Florida, and Phil and Butch Jones offered 21 scholarships down there.
Yeah.
You know, what do you think about that?
Man, it's so different than when I came out. It really was. Coach used to come to your high school, and he really couldn't talk to you, and he barely talked to your high school coach, and then, you know, you would figure out later on, you know, that they really wanted you. But now, I think what it's become such a circus around it all, you know. Everybody's looking for that exposure. Everybody wants to be exposed now. And I think a lot of these young kids, they're getting too much exposure in an early age.
Okay.
They need to become kids. They need to be kids for a while.
Yes.
You know, go out and play. Do the things that we used to do when we were little,
Yeah, there
you know?
you go.
That's what they need to get back to. All that other stuff will come. But the pressure on these kids nowadays to perform at such an early age, I think pushes a lot of kids out of sports.
Well, we talked about it. We had a discussion about it. Okay, he goes to IMG and offers 21 scholarships. How many of those kids do you think are still going to be ready to go play Division I ball when they become seniors? If you offer somebody a freshman a scholarship, you know, how does that make him feel out there on the field?
Well, for one, I think there's the entitlement thing. The entitlement thing sits back in. You don't push yourself as hard. You don't work as hard because somebody told you already that I'm offering you a scholarship.
Yes.
So now I'm the big man on campus. Let me walk around like I'm the best thing since sliced bread, instead of continuously working on your craft. These kids have to learn to continue to work and strive to be better. That's going to always be with them their whole life. I tell people this to this day, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I'm still soaking up knowledge from whatever I can to make me better, a better person, right? So I think with the kids these days, they're trying to bypass all these steps that we went through.
Right, you got that right.
That allows you to be more well-rounded as an adult.
Last question, what's little man doing now?
Little man,
he's left the
well,
NFL.
let me tell you, I own my own personal training studio. I'm a one-on-one personal trainer. That's what I do down in Jacksonville. My daughter just graduated 2 days ago.
Okay.
She's heading off to college, SCAD College in Savannah.
Okay.
So just living life, man. I don't do too much. I'm a kind of a homebody.
Okay.
So I just kind of do my thing, tend to my life, man, and just train my people, and that's kind of what I do. Nothing more than that. You know, I think if you're doing too much, you're doing too much.
There you go. James Littleman Stewart, he's here at his camp. It's his name, James Littleman Stewart Football Camp. They were doing one here in Newport and one in Morristown, and I know you guys are planning for some for next year. So you keep watching your high school sports, and we'll let you know where their camps are coming next year so you can get signed up real early. So we'll be right back here on Your High School Sports, powered by Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda of Greenville.
Just look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want one or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme Donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
Gotta get to Gateway. Get Greene County's only lifetime warranty on these incredible Gateway deals. Late model crossovers like Ford Escapes, GMC Terrains, Jeeps, and Honda CRVs from only $12,900. Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda in Greenville, online at gatewaydeal.com.
The revolutionary safety of the Michelin Premier family of tires is now available for more cars, trucks, minivans, and SUVs. So whatever you drive, you can take on wet or slippery roads with confidence mile after mile. Double D Tire can help you take changing weather in stride and save. Double D Tire has been family owned and operated since 1981. Owners Tommy and Flint Carter specialize in tires, alignments, brakes, suspension repairing, and custom wheels. Double D Tire would like to thank all their customers and look forward to serving you in the future.
It's the day, it's finally arrived, it's your wedding day. It's the moment you've been waiting all your life, it's your wedding day.
Ah, your wedding day, that one special day in your life you'll never forget. So let Venture Productions capture all those special moments at your wedding for you to treasure a lifetime. Our approach to videography is one of creativity and excellence. Call Venture Productions for your video services.
It's the moment you've been waiting all your life, it's your wedding day. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Get the right services you need from a name you can trust at Crescent Center Drugs. Whether it's hormone replacement therapy or if you need to update your immunizations for flu, pneumonia, or shingles, Crescent Center Drugs has a professional and friendly staff always ready to take care of you. That's why for many years, Crescent Center Drugs has been your good neighbor pharmacy. Right now, getting your medicine is fast and easy when you sign up for the IVR system. It's simple. Once your prescription is filled, your box is scanned, and you instantly receive a phone call or text for pickup. Visit Crescent Center Drugs inside the Crescent Shopping Center.
Volunteer Chevrolet is your friendly hometown dealership, proudly serving the region for over 20 years. At Volunteer Chevrolet, you'll get great offers on select new vehicles, from Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. So come see the new look at Volunteer Chevrolet and take advantage of their great deals. Volunteer Chevrolet is still easy to find on 400 Winfield Dunn Parkway, Sevierville. Volunteer Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of YourHighSchoolSports.com, Sevier County.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports. I'm Chris Reddick, and we are still at the Little Man James Stewart Camp here at Cott County High School in Newport, Tennessee. And as you can see, I have another special guest here on the show. This happened to be a former teammate of mine. This is Maurice Kelly. We call him Mo Kelly. And Mo Kelly is a former East Tennessee State football player standout, as well as a Canadian football player standout, as well as an NFL player standout. So, Mo, man, it's an honor to have you on the show, man. It's good to see you.
It's great to see you again, brother. Yes.
Well, let's get good. Let's get right into it. First, we were just talking off camera. Your official title on what you're doing now. Tell everybody what you're doing now.
I'm the Vice President of Player Engagement with the Seattle Seahawks. This is my 12th year with the Seahawks. I just got a promotion, I think it was 2 years ago? 2 years ago. So I was the Senior Director before I got promoted to VP.
And exactly what is your job and title? What do you have to do? What's your responsibilities?
Well, I don't think we have enough time to explain all of that. But let me start by saying this. So I am the liaison between our players and our coaches, as well as our liaison between our players and our front office. So I am the guy that help our guys when we draft them, help them in their transitioning into the league, while they're in the league, as well as they're transitioning out of the league. So any issues that they're going to have on or off the field, I'm kind of a one-stop shop. You know, I'm kind of a big brother / counselor / a little bit of everything. I wear many hats.
Okay. Now, we know that you're a former player of the Seattle Seahawks, and you just told me your job title now. Did you transition right from a player right into staying with the program or staying with the Seattle Seahawks?
Yeah, it's interesting. So I tell people this all the time. I was hired by the Seahawks, I was fired by the Seahawks, and then I was rehired by the Seahawks. So I played 6 years in Canada. Then I came and I played 3 years with the Seahawks. I went back to Canada for 2. And when I was playing, I always told them that I was interested in doing something in the game. I didn't know exactly what it is that I wanted to do. I wanted to coach, that I wanted to scout. And so I was still back in Canada for 2 years, and I got a phone call saying that we have a opening if you're interested. I came, I interviewed, they offered me the job. After 10 years of playing, I said I was done. I'm done. I took the job, and didn't know how much money I was going to be making, but it was all about the opportunity. So I have what you can call a smooth transition off the field into the front office.
Excellent, excellent. It's good to see that you're with a good program. And speaking of a good program, we talked about this off camera. I was joking. I was actually joking with one of our former players, Scotty Dykes. I said, is Mo Kelly going to bring that big Superbowl ring? Which I knew you weren't going to do that, but
speaking of Superbowl ring,
yes, sir.
I did bring it.
Oh,
yes,
okay. We got a special treat.
I told Dykes that I was going to bring it, and I do have it here in my nice little Tiffany's bag.
Oh, yes, sir.
This is the first time I've taken it out of the safe, and I don't wear it. It's a conversation piece in itself. But
special surprise we have right here on Your High School Sport. What? Whoa, this got a little bit of weight on it, man. I think I could work out. Now let me compare this ring with got a little bit of weight, a little bit of size on it. That's a beautiful ring. I want to tell you one thing. I was very proud. Mo was one of my Facebook friends, and I saw where you had Facebooked all the pictures and things with the success you had with the Seattle Seahawks. And if I'm not mistaken, you got a chance to meet our president, didn't you?
I did.
How was that?
I did. It was awesome. I mean, to think about a kid coming from Orangeburg, South Carolina, and to say I'm here in 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, getting a chance to meet the first African American president in the United States of America. I was honored. I was blessed. I always say how blessed I am. I never take anything for granted. To come from where I come from, to do all the things that I've been blessed to be able to do, all the people who helped me get to where I'm at, it's so surreal. And so anytime you have something like this to come back and give back to the kids and stuff like that, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we are very proud of you, watching you grow and watch you, like I say, be able to give back to the community, especially like an event like this here at the Little Man James Stewart Camp. Talk about how good it feels to be back in this area doing a camp with James Little Man Stewart.
Well, it feels great. I mean, this is the place where I got my opportunity to get a platform to kind of do all the things that I've dreamed about doing in the Upper East Tennessee area, and to be able to come back here and to give back. I mean, when Scotty called me up and told me what he was doing, and that Little Man was putting his camp on and asked me would I be a part of it, I didn't even think twice about it.
Good. Well, I'm sure the kids are going to enjoy being able to work out with you and Little Man Stewart, Scotty Dykes, and a lot of other great players that have come back to give back to the community. So once again, we're glad and we're happy and we're proud of you and glad for coming back to be able to give back. I want to say one final thing just before I go. I told him this off camera as well. I got a pretty good eye for talent. And even though we played together, I was a year ahead of him. And I remember when he was a kid coming in at ETSU, and saw him play, because I started off the opposite end of him. I was a running back. He was a defensive back. They later moved me to defensive back. But being a running back and seeing him on the other side of the table there, I said, this kid is something special as a freshman. I believe you went ahead and you took somebody's position. You started as a freshman. So I saw a lot of talent in this kid. And I said, I think this kid with the size and the speed and the talent of this guy, I said, I can see him playing in the lead. And guess what? I saw him play in the league, and I saw him tackle one of my legendary heroes for the San Francisco 49ers, but he later moved to Oakland Raiders, and the guy's name, and I heard it announced, Maurice Kelly on the tackle, and the guy that he tackled was Jerry Rice. So like I said, no matter what, we are always proud of our former East Tennessee State Buccaneers. Actually, I got a chance to talk last week to Mr. Jennings. And
good.
We got to talk a little bit about his book. He just had a book that came out. So it's always good to see our former East Tennessee State Buccaneers being successful in life, and most importantly, giving back and dropping some knowledge to the kids.
Yes.
So when we come back, we're going to have another special guest. We're going to have Mr. Scotty Dykes, a good friend that we both know, right here on Your High School Sports.
The revolutionary safety of the Michelin Premier family of tires is now available for more cars, trucks, minivans, and SUVs. So whatever you drive, you can take on wet or slippery roads with confidence mile after mile. Double D Tire can help you take changing weather in stride and save. Double D Tire has been family owned and operated since 1981. Owners Tommy and Flint Carter specialize in tires, alignments, brakes, suspension repairing, and custom wheels. Double D Tire would like to thank all their customers and look forward to serving you in the future.
Just look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want one or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme Donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
Gotta get to Gateway.
Get Greene County's only lifetime warranty on these incredible Gateway deals. Late model crossovers like Ford Escapes, GMC Terrains, Jeeps, and Honda CRVs from only $12,900. Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda in Greenville, online at gatewaydeal.com.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports, and we're here at the James Little Man Stewart football camp today, and we're joined by a special guest, Scotty Dykes. Appreciate you being on the show today, okay?
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Scotty, tell us about the camp and how it got started, and we know a little background on you, and we'll get to that in a minute, but tell me how this camp got started and how we got to this point.
Well, it's kind of a funny story. I was talking to a mutual friend of mine in James, and we were talking about her insurance, and she called and was like, how come you and Little Man haven't done anything to help the youth back home with a football camp or something to show them that you can use football as a vehicle to do certain things? Right. And so I immediately picked the phone up, called Scotty Stewart, and who called James, and we had a conversation and thought that was a great idea. So we started planning and talking about it, and we just took a chance, and thankfully for the sponsors and some of the other people that helped us with it, we put it together for the first time this year.
Gotcha, that's great, and we hope to have it again next year. But let's talk a little about you and how you got kind of into this. So you talked about how you thought you would be great for the kids. You played here at Cotton County High School. You played up at ETSU at Buccaneer. Tell us a little about your background and how you came up to this.
Like I said, I grew up right here in Newport. Came up through the City Park League over there. Played right here at Cotton County. Went on to ETSU and played. Had an opportunity to play in Canada, and unfortunately, due to injuries, didn't materialize. So started working and got into the business field, and still with State Farm to this day. So still working, and it gives me the freedom to still coach football and do things like this. So I feel truly blessed to be able to work with kids and do the things that I want to do.
Right, and kind of leads me into my next question. I mean, we talked a lot about it on the show today, and we kind of talked to Little Man, we talked to Mo. I mean, one of the big things that we're seeing today is it's about the fundamentals of the game, and you're out here teaching those things, but it's the life lessons that you're teaching out here too. I mean, what do you want to make sure these kids go home with today? That way we can keep it forever.
Well, the lessons that I got, and James and every other coach out there has got from football, is that you learn to work within a team concept. Right. It's not always about the individual success. You sacrifice certain things so the team can have success. You learn discipline and a lot of things to make a good football team. So if we can instill that and let them know that a little hard work, and I believe hard work breeds success. Right. A lot of people think you have to have some luck, and you do have to have some, but the harder you work, luck seems to find you. Right. So so that's kind of my belief, and we were trying to get the kids to understand that, and that, hey, can't say everybody's gonna be like James Little Man Stewart and playing in the NFL, right. But you can get an education from football, and you can lead a good life from the lessons football teaches.
Right, exactly. And I know that bringing these NFL players out here and people like yourself that you're in the college, what do you think that does for kids when they see you guys out here and you're so personable and you're able to talk to you and look up to you? I mean, when you grew up, was that something that was big for you, or what's that like for you out here now?
Well, of course, when I grew up 30, 40, 50 years ago, it was totally different because you didn't have all the things the kids have today. Right. They have immediate access to the internet, and something goes viral within minutes. We didn't have that. We had our idols that we saw on TV. You got to see 2 or 3 games a Saturday, right. And you aspired to be that, but I never really knew anybody that did it. Right. So, the fact that I had the chance to do it, I was grateful for it. But I believe if you see it, then you believe you can achieve it. Right. Then, I think Muhammad Ali said that, kind of ironic, right. But But the fact they can see these guys that's done it, then hopefully they can dream a little bit bigger.
Right. Well, you know, Scotty, we appreciate you coming on the show today. It's a great camp you put on here. This is the coordinator here, Scotty Dykes. We appreciate it, and we'll be back right here on Your High School Sports.
Get the right services you need from a name you can trust at Crescent Center Drugs. Whether it's hormone replacement therapy or if you need to update your immunizations for flu, pneumonia, or shingles, Crescent Center Drugs has a professional and friendly staff, always ready to take care of you. That's why for many years, Crescent Center Drugs has been your good neighbor pharmacy. Right now, getting your medicine is fast and easy when you sign up for the IVR system. It's simple. Once your prescription is filled, your box is scanned, and you instantly receive a phone call or text for pickup. Visit Crescent Center Drugs inside the Crescent Shopping Center.
Volunteer Chevrolet is your friendly hometown dealership, proudly serving the region for over 20 years. At Volunteer Chevrolet, you'll get great offers on select new vehicles, from Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. So come see the new look at Volunteer Chevrolet and take advantage of their great deals. Volunteer Chevrolet is still easy to find on 400 Winfield Dunn Parkway, Sevierville. Volunteer Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of YourHighSchoolSports.com, Sevier County.
My name is Brigham Lyons, Greenville High School, Middle Tennessee State University, and you're watching Your High School Sports.
Well, fans, I hope you've enjoyed this special edition of Your High School Sports, coming to you today from the James Littleman Stewart football camp right here at Cocke County High School. We also are powered by Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda of Greenville, home of the lifetime warranty. Guys, what'd you take from this camp?
I mean, it was a great atmosphere out here, Roddy, to see all the kids out here and speaking with Little Man and being able to just see some of these things they're teaching these kids, not only the fundamentals, but the life lessons they're going to learn. It's pretty cool just to be out here and see, like Chris was going to talk about a little bit too, just these NFL players, these collegiate players, just people that are giving back to the community is very special, and I think it's something that we shouldn't take for granted, and we should make sure we keep this going for many years to come. And I took away a lot today from seeing just some of the kids' faces. I mean, I know how I feel. I mean, to get to meet these guys, imagine what these little kids feel like, you know. So definitely was a great day, and I think there'll be many more of these camps coming forward. So
amazing day, beautiful day. What great weather we had today. The sun is shining. The kids are all out here having a great time. Like Chris just said, spending time with former NFL players and former collegiate players. And like I said, you know, two great ways to learn. That's to apply, you know, with activity, which they were doing out here, learning skills and everything, and also to be able to look up and learn from a teacher or a mentor. And these have been some excellent mentors. My former players, Mo Kelly and Scotty Dykes, great gentlemen in their communities and what they do in giving back. And like I said, great men to learn from. So little man Stewart, also excellent advice he gave the kids, and they're going to remember this. I mean, to be able to, like I said, look up to these big kids, or excuse me, these big grown men. I mean, these are like superstars to kids at that age. So they're going to remember this day, and they're going to be able to apply this later in life.
You know, as football season kicks into high gear, you can see it behind us, camps all over. We'll be getting some things from the Jason Witten camp. It happens this week, so make sure that you stay with Your High School Sports. You go on our website and you'll be able to see when these camps are going to be coming next year, because some of them are about to wrap up because football season is getting ready to start. Yeah. But let me tell you, we will be out and about all football season long, kicking off August the 16th with the Classic in Morristown, when Morristown West takes on Catholic and Morristown East takes on Fulton. That will happen August the 20th.
Can't wait for that.
We will be we will be there. We'll be in Morristown on location. So, guys, for Chris Levins and Chris Reddick, I'm Roddy Woods, and we'll see you next time right here on Your High School Sports.